I'm running for school board because I want to be helpful for our community to face the challenges that Plano ISD is going to face over the next 4 years. I'm fully aware of what those challenges are. Plano ISD's demographics are changing. We're a district that has grown out, enrollment is slowly slipping, and we have challenges in regards to our finances, our academics, and helping making sure that we meet the needs of every child. So my priority is to put children first. I want to make sure that we help each child reach their full potential in a dynamic world, which is the mission of the organization. And I want to do that knowing that we live in a climate where public education is under attack. And that isn't hyperbole, it is true. And these are by forces outside of our school district. So as a Plano ISD parent, I am a proud parent of two Plano ISD kiddos, a third grader and an eighth grader. And I'm also a full-time volunteer. I want to make sure that we have a school district that remains excellent and we stay on top of our game so that we can help meet the needs of every child, especially after the pandemic, where we know that our kids are struggling and so are our families. So it's up to us as a community to model civil discourse. We need to model that so that our kids can understand that we as grown-ups can disagree, but we can also get along and we will find solutions that work for us. As the former Council of PTA's president, as well as an Education Foundation board member, I bring the experience and the leadership that our district needs to face these challenges over the next 4 years. Well, I think the role of a school board trustee is to kind of be that wise person in our community that volunteers their time so that they can help be both an informer of what's happening at the school district. I think trustees go out in our community, do public outreach, they communicate what's happening, but then they make really tough decisions about our budget. They work closely with our school district to make sure that we're collaborating as a community with them to achieve our shared vision of what we want for our students. So my top priorities as a school board candidate would be to, once elected, look at things like student mental health. I think it's important that we reach our students where they're at. And I fully believe that social emotional learning and helping us reach every child to help them be well-rounded and well-grounded is incredibly important. We want our students to feel confident and empathetic and compassionate and kind while they're also learning. So we need to help where they're at. So that means looking at innovative programs and working with our district to determine ways in which we can help them, but also maybe help our families as well. And then I'd like to also focus on parent engagement and making sure that we are really reaching out to our families and also our community. So that means doing outreach and being intentional and deliberate about the work that we're doing to reach out to different organizations and communities within our larger Plano ISD community. I think most people tend to look at measuring success only by test scores, or they look at the rating. And this is really difficult because you can take the same set of data and depending upon how you look at that data, you can say Plano ISD is an A or it's a B, or maybe it's a C, using that same data. So I would measure success by looking at how well we're building trust within our community. And that's incredibly vague. It's going to be hard to measure, but it's something that we can actively work on. And so I would measure success by looking at how well we're communicating our message to the community and also how well we're listening to them. So it's a two-way street. I love this question. I sat on the bond task force for the career and technical education portion last fall of trying to inform our voters about why CTE is important in our community. I think that providing our students with information about the careers of tomorrow and what jobs are available to them should be something that we start at an earlier age. We can do that as early as elementary school. We could do better at middle and even form better partnerships with our business community when we look at CTE education. And so I hope that we can build upon and amplify the work that our district's already doing and continuing those relationships and looking for new partners to come in. I'm really excited that Plano ISD is taking a look at our middle school programming. And I think it is really neat that they have set aside a time to be intentional about looking at middle school programming, the curriculum, bringing in possibly more CTE, career and technical education classes to the middle school level so that we can really truly help our students in their learning process and for them to figure out and explore what opportunities are available to them as they get older and what careers, what jobs are out there for them when they leave Plano ISD. So I'm excited because there's this is when students are learning about the world and learning about themselves. And I think if we reevaluate our middle school programming, we're going to be better able to meet the needs of those students.